My family thinks they know everything about me. But tonight, everything changes. I've been collecting evidence for 7 years, and now I have enough to destroy them all. I whisper these words into my phone's voice recorder at 2:47 a.m., my fingers trembling slightly as I press the stop button. The soft blue glow of my screen illuminates the dark corner of my bedroom where I sit, wedged between my desk and the wall. This is my nightly ritual, documenting everything while my family sleeps, building my case piece by piece. My name is Hazel, and I've been living under surveillance for as long as I can remember. Not the kind with security cameras or tracking devices, though my parents did install a GPS tracker on my phone. No, this is more insidious. It's the kind where every movement, every word, every breath is watched, judged, and used against you. The floorboard outside my door creaks. I freeze, holding my breath. The familiar sound of Bella's footsteps, my twin sister, passes by, probably on her way to the bathroom. Or maybe she's checking on me again. She does that sometimes, especially after she found my old diary last week. That diary was a mistake. I'd gotten careless, left it in my desk drawer instead of my usual hiding place at the library. The consequences were immediate and brutal. "Look what I found, Mom," Bella had announced at dinner, her voice dripping with false concern. "Hazel's been writing such disturbing things. I'm worried about her mental state." The diary contained nothing but truth, descriptions of their systematic emotional abuse, their constant surveillance, their deliberate isolation of me from friends and support systems. But in Bella's hands, it became evidence of my unstable behavior. Mom's eyes had narrowed with that familiar mix of disappointment and calculation. "Hazel, dear, perhaps we should discuss increasing your therapy sessions?" The same therapy sessions where the therapist, handpicked by my parents, reports everything back to them. Dad didn't even look up from his phone. "You've always had an overactive imagination, Hazel. Just like when you were little, making up stories about Bella accidentally breaking your things. But they weren't stories. Like the time Bella destroyed my science project the night before the fair, or when she deleted my college application essays hours before the deadline. Always so perfectly timed, always with plausible deniability. Accidents happen, she'd say with that angelic smile that fooled everyone but me. The footsteps pass my door again, returning to her room. I wait 5 more minutes, counting seconds in my head, before I dare to move. Pulling out my phone again, I open the secure cloud storage account that Patricia, the local librarian, helped me set up. She's the only adult who's ever seen through their facade, who understood what was happening in our imperfect family. "Document everything," she told me when I first confided in her 2 years ago. "Every incident, every conversation, every accident. Use timestamps, save screenshots, record conversations if you can. Build your case methodically." She'd seen the signs, she'd lived through something similar herself. I upload tonight's recording to join hundreds of others. Bella's a sweet voice turning venomous when we're alone, Mom's subtle manipulations wrapped in concern, Dad's dismissive cruelty masked as tough love. 7 years of evidence, carefully catalogued and backed up in multiple locations they can't access. Looking at my phone's calendar, I make a mental note: 2 more weeks until my new job starts. The job they don't know about, at a tech company across the country. The job that will finally give me the means to escape. My finger traces over the screen, opening a photo from earlier today, a bank statement showing my secret account, the one Patricia helped me open. The numbers still seem surreal: $575,000 from the app one developed in secret, using the library's computers. Another $150,000 coming when I start the new job. They think I'm the weak one, the quiet one, the one they can control forever. They have no idea what's coming. A notification pops up on my phone, a message from Bella in our family group chat: "Can't wait for family dinner tomorrow. Mom, Dad, I have such exciting news to share." I know exactly what her news will be. She found out about a job offer I received last week, one I deliberately left visible on my laptop. By tomorrow, she'll have manufactured a similar but slightly better opportunity for herself. It's a familiar pattern, one she's perfected over the years. But this time, I'm counting on it. This performance will be her last, and I'll be recording every moment. The house creaks and settles in the darkness. In a few hours, dawn will break, and I'll put on my usual mask, the quiet, compliant daughter they think they know. But underneath, I'm counting down the days. 7 years of planning. 2 weeks until freedom. One final family dinner to record. Then I'll show them who I really am. I open my phone's notes app one last time tonight, adding a final entry. They say twins share a special bond. Bella and I do, a bond of cause and effect. For every action she's taken to destroy me, I've built something stronger. For every lie they've told about me, I've documented a truth. Tomorrow, they'll see me as weak for the last time. After that, they'll never see me coming at all. Closing my phone, I slide into bed, my heart racing with anticipation rather than fear for the first time in years. In the darkness, I smile. Let tomorrow come. I'm ready. Morning arrives too quickly, sunlight streaming through my window like an unwelcome intruder. I can already hear Bella's voice downstairs, her laughter floating up the stairs as she talks to Mom. My phone buzzes, another group message. Hazel, sweetie, come down for breakfast. Bella's made her special pancakes for everyone. Mom. The same pancakes I taught Bella to make when we were 12. Another piece of my life she claimed as her own. I check my recording equipment one last time, making sure everything is properly hidden and ready. As I descend the stairs, I catch my reflection in the hallway mirror. On the surface, I see what they see, the quiet twin, the submissive one, the girl they've tried to break for years. But behind my eyes, there's something new. Something they haven't noticed yet. Strength. The smell of pancakes fills the air as I enter the kitchen. Bella turns, beaming with that perfect smile that never quite reaches her eyes. Good morning, sis. I made your favorite. I smile back, the same smile I've practiced for years. But today, it holds a secret. Today is the beginning of the end. The kitchen table becomes a battlefield of subtle aggression. As I sit down, Bella places a plate of pancakes in front of me, burned slightly, just like she always does when making my favorite. It's her way of sending a message, even the smallest comforts aren't safe from her manipulation. I have the most amazing news, Bella announces, her voice practically singing. But I want to wait until dinner to share it with everyone properly. Her eyes lock with mine for a fraction of a second, a flash of malice behind her perfect smile. Mom touches Bella's hand affectionately. You've always had such a flair for timing, dear. Unlike how she touches me, clinical, checking for signs of defiance or secrets. Dad looks up from his newspaper. Speaking of timing, Hazel, your mother and I want to discuss your spending habits. We noticed some unusual transactions on your account. My heart rate spikes, but years of practice keep my face neutral. They're monitoring my decoy account, the one I deliberately keep active with small, predictable transactions. The real money is elsewhere, hidden in accounts they'll never find. Just some books for studying, I say quietly, playing my familiar role. The library doesn't have everything I need. The library, Mom's voice carries a hint of disapproval. You spend an awful lot of time there. Perhaps too much time alone isn't healthy. If they only knew what I was really doing in those long hours at the library. The encrypted laptop Patricia helped me hide in the reference section. The private coding sessions that led to my secret success. The documentation of their abuse, safely stored where they can't reach it. I was thinking, Bella interjects, her tone dripping with false concern, maybe Hazel could start coming to my social events. It's not good to be so isolated. Her emphasis on the last word carries layers of threat. The memory of her last, social event, flashes through my mind. 3 months ago, she'd insisted I attend her friend's party. By the end of the night, rumors were circulating about my unstable behavior, all because I'd refused to play along with Bella's public performance of sisterly devotion. That's a wonderful idea, Mom beams. In fact, I've already told Mrs. Peterson you'll both be at her daughter's engagement party next week. I have study plans. I begin, but Dad cuts me off. Cancel them. Family obligations come first, Hazel. You know that. Family obligations. The phrase they use to control every aspect of my life. But they don't know about my other obligations now, the job contract already signed, the apartment lease already secured, the escape plan already in motion. After breakfast, I retreat to my room, ostensibly to study. Within minutes, Bella follows right on schedule. She never could resist a chance to torment me in private. You shouldn't have gotten that job offer, she says the moment my door closes, her voice dropping its sugary facade. You know how it works, Hazel. I'm the successful one. I'm the one who gets the opportunities. I keep my eyes on my textbook. I don't know what you're talking about. Don't play dumb. I saw the email from Sterling Tech. Did you really think you could hide it from me? She moves closer, her shadow falling across my desk. But don't worry. By dinner tonight, I'll have much better news to share. Funny how these things work out, isn't it? I say nothing, letting her interpret my silence as defeat. She doesn't notice the tiny recording device capturing every word, every threat. Another piece of evidence for my collection. You know, she continues, fingering the frame of my childhood photo, the one where she's center stage and I'm barely visible at the edge. Mom and Dad always said you were the weak one. But sometimes I wonder. She pauses, studying my face. Sometimes I wonder if you're planning something. For a split second, fear grips me. Has she figured it out? But no, her next words reveal her blindness. I mean, all these hours at the library, the secret studying. You're trying to compete with me, aren't you? How adorable. She laughs, the sound like breaking glass. Let me save you some time, sis. You can't win. You never could. If she only knew how many times I've already won, right under her nose. The rest of the day unfolds like a carefully choreographed dance of manipulation. Mom accidentally mentions my childhood therapist, reminding me of the years they spent trying to convince me my memories of Bella's abuse were just imagination. Dad makes pointed comments about financial responsibility, unaware that I'm now worth more than his annual salary. I spend the afternoon at the library, my sanctuary, my command center. Patricia isn't working today, but her system is in place. Behind a false panel in the reference section, my real laptop waits. I check my secure email, confirmation of my apartment lease, final paperwork for my new job, and most importantly, verification that my evidence storage is untraceable. Everything okay? A new librarian asks, noticing my intense focus. Just studying, I smile, the same excuse I've used for years. If she could see my screen, she'd find financial records, recorded conversations, and detailed documentation of years of psychological warfare. As I work, a memory surfaces, one I've documented but never fully processed. I was 13, struggling with a math problem Bella had already solved. Dad stood over me, his disappointment palpable. Why can't you be more like your sister, he demanded. She doesn't waste time making excuses. What he didn't know was that Bella had stolen my study notes, replaced them with incorrect information. I'd watched her do it through the reflection in my window, adding it to my mental catalog of evidence. That was the day I started fighting back. Not openly, never openly. But systematically, methodically, I began building my escape route. Every insult became motivation, every act of sabotage sparked innovation. The library computer chimes softly, a reminder that it's almost dinner time. The time Bella will make her announcement, trying once again to overshadow me. But tonight will be different. Tonight, I have a surprise of my own. As I pack up my things, my phone buzzes with a text from Patricia, remember what we discussed. You're stronger than they know. She's right. They've spent years underestimating me, seeing what they wanted to see. The quiet one. The weak one. The one they could control. Walking home, I mentally review my preparations. The recording devices are in place. The evidence is secured. My escape route is planned to the smallest detail. All that's left is to play my part one last time. The house comes into view, warm lights glowing in the windows. To anyone passing by, it would look like the perfect family home. They have no idea it's about to become ground zero for their carefully constructed world to implode. Bella's car is already in the driveway, along with an unfamiliar vehicle, expensive, corporate-looking. She's staged her scene perfectly, as always. I can already predict how this will go. She'll announce an amazing job offer, coincidentally better than the one she thinks I'm hiding. Mom and Dad will beam with pride, while I'm expected to shrink further into my assigned role of the lesser twin. But they don't know what I know. They haven't seen what I've seen. Most importantly, they haven't seen who I've become. I check my phone one last time before entering. Everything is in place. The evidence is ready. The trap is set. Opening the front door, I'm hit with the smell of Mom's special occasion roast, the one she only makes when Bella has good news. Voices drift from the dining room, animated and excited. They're already celebrating, not even waiting for my arrival. Perfect. Let them be at their highest before the fall. I touch the hidden recording device in my pocket, a gesture that's become almost like a good luck charm. Then I straighten my shoulders and step into the house. Time to show my family who they've really been underestimating all these years. The dining room falls silent as I enter. 5 places are set at our antique table, the 5th for Mr. Anderson, Bella's a surprise guest, a senior executive from a rival tech company. Mom's best china gleams under the chandelier light, each place setting a perfect mirror of familial pretense. "Oh, Hazel, you're finally here," Mom says, her tone carrying that familiar note of disappointment. "We were just about to start without you." Bella sits at her usual place of honor, practically glowing with anticipated triumph. The stranger beside her, Mr. Anderson, offers me a polite nod. He's exactly the type of prop Bella loves to use in her performances, distinguished, professional, completely unaware he's been cast in her latest manipulation. "Sorry I'm late," I say softly, taking my seat. "I was finishing something important at the library." "Always at that library," Dad mutters, but I catch the slight tremor in his voice. Something about my demeanor must be different tonight. Good. Let them feel uneasy. "Well," Bella practically bounces in her seat, "since everyone's finally here, I have amazing news." She grabs Mr. Anderson's arm playfully. "Should I tell them?" "Before you do," I interrupt, my voice steady despite my racing heart, "I have something I'd like to share first." The silence that follows is deafening. This isn't part of their script. I never speak first at family dinners. Never steal Bella's spotlight. "Hazel," Mom's voice carries a warning, "your sister has a special guest." It would be rude to. Actually, I cut her off again, pulling out my phone, "This concerns Mr. Anderson too. You see, I've been recording some very interesting conversations lately." Bella's perfect smile falters for a fraction of a second. "What are you talking about?" I press play. Bella's voice fills the room, "You shouldn't have gotten that job offer. You know how it works, Hazel. I'm the successful one." Color drains from her face as I continue playing the recording. Every threat, every admission of sabotage, every moment of mask-slipping cruelty echoes through the dining room. "Turn that off," Dad demands, but his authority sounds hollow now. "Oh, I have more," I say, switching to a different recording. This time it's Mom's voice, discussing with Bella how to handle my potential job prospects. Then Dad's voice, plotting to maintain control of my finances. Mr. Anderson shifts uncomfortably in his seat. "Ms. Stevens, I think perhaps I should." "Please stay," I say firmly. "You need to hear this too. Especially since Bella was planning to accept your job offer, the same position she sabotaged my interview for last month." Bella lunges for my phone, but I'm ready. "Touch me," and the next recording goes directly to the police. "I have years of evidence, Bella. Years of your abuse, your sabotage, your manipulation. All safely backed up in places you'll never find. You're being ridiculous," Mom attempts to regain control. "Clearly you're having another episode." "An episode?" I laugh, the sound sharp and unfamiliar even to my own ears. "Let's talk about episodes, Mom. Let's talk about how you and Dad have been embezzling from my accounts for years. I have the bank records. Every unauthorized transfer, every forged signature." Dad stands abruptly, his chair screeching against the floor. "That's enough." "No, it's not nearly enough," I counter, standing to match him. "For years, you've controlled me, gaslit me, stolen from me. But here's what you don't know. I pull out a second phone, my real one, and open my banking app. I'm worth more than all of you combined. The room spins with shocked silence as I show them the balance, $575,000. My own money, earned from my secret app development. Impossible, Bella whispers. The quiet one. The weak one. The one you could control, I say, my voice steady and cold. That's what you all thought. But while you were busy maintaining your perfect facade, I was building my escape. Every insult, every act of sabotage, every manipulation just made me work harder in secret. Mr. Anderson stands, straightening his tie. I think I've seen enough. Ms. Stevens, Bella, consider your job offer rescinded. And expect a call from our legal department about your attempted corporate sabotage. Wait, Bella pleads, her mask cracking completely. I can explain. Save it, he cuts her off. Ms. Hazel, I'd be interested in discussing opportunities with you, if you're available. I appreciate the offer, I reply, but I've already accepted a position elsewhere. One that Bella couldn't sabotage because she never knew about it. As Mr. Anderson leaves, the facade of our perfect family dinner lies in ruins. Mom is crying silently, Dad's face has turned an alarming shade of red, and Bella, my tormentor, my shadow, sits frozen, her world collapsing around her. Now, I continue, pulling out a folder, let's discuss the legal documentation I've prepared. First, there's the matter of financial restitution. You've stolen approximately $45,000 from my accounts over the years. I want it back, with interest. You can't prove Dad begins. I have every transaction documented, authenticated by 3 separate forensic accountants. Would you like to see their reports? Or should we discuss this with the police? Mom reaches for me, her hand trembling. Sweetie, we were only trying to protect you. By stealing from me? By letting Bella terrorize me? By convincing me I was crazy when I tried to speak up. I step back from her reach. Save your manipulations. They don't work anymore. What do you want? Bella finally speaks, her voice small and unfamiliar. I want you to understand what you've done. Really understand. I place a USB drive on the table. This contains every piece of evidence I've collected. Every recording, every forged document, every instance of abuse and manipulation. I have multiple copies stored securely. If any of you ever try to contact me again, if you ever try to interfere with my life or career, this goes to the police, the media, and your employers. The silence that follows is absolute. Years of power dynamics shift in an instant. You don't mean that, Mom whispers. We're family. Family. I laugh again, the sound echoing off the fine china and crystal glasses. Family doesn't destroy each other. Family doesn't sabotage and steal and manipulate. You're not my family. You're my cautionary tale. I stand, smoothing my clothes, a gesture I learned from Bella, now used against her. I'm leaving tonight. My new apartment is ready, my new job starts next week, and my new life begins now. The money you stole will be repaid within 30 days, or my lawyers will file charges. You can't just leave, Dad's authoritarian voice cracks slightly. Watch me. I walk to the door, then turn back one last time. Oh, and Bella? That job offer you were so excited to announce? The position at Sterling Tech? I accepted it last week and declined. They were quite interested to learn why. Her face crumples as the final piece of her planned triumph dissolves. I say, my voice clear and strong. Don't try to find me. Don't try to contact me. Consider this your first and only warning. As I walk out of that house for the last time, I hear Bella's wail of rage and despair, Mom's shocked sobs, Dad's incoherent protests. But they're just background noise now, fading with every step I take toward freedom. In my car, bought with my own money, registered in my own name, I take a moment to breathe. My phone buzzes with a text from Patricia, did you do it? Yes, I reply. It's done. How do you feel? I consider the question as I start the engine. The weight of years of abuse and control feels lighter somehow, replaced by something else. Something stronger. I feel free, I text back. Finally, completely free. As I drive away from the house that was never really my home, I don't look back. The recording devices hidden throughout the dining room will capture whatever drama unfolds in my absence. But I don't need to witness it anymore. They wanted to write my story for me, to cast me as the weak one, the quiet one, the one they could control and break. Instead, I wrote my own ending. And in my version, I win. 6 months after my departure, I receive an urgent message from Patricia. They're planning something. Bella was at the library again, using the computers to research your company. She seemed different. Dangerous. I thank her for the warning, but I'm not worried. My security is perfect, my position secure. Tonight is my company's biggest product launch, a revolutionary security app that I developed, worth billions in potential revenue. The launch event is being held at the city's most prestigious venue. As I prepare to take the stage, my security team alerts me, your family is trying to enter the building. All 3 of them. Let them in, I say, surprising everyone. But keep them under surveillance. The auditorium is packed with tech industry elites and media. As I walk onto the stage, I spot them in the back, Mom in a knockoff designer dress, Dad in his worn suit, and Bella, her eyes burning with a familiar malice. Today, we revolutionize digital security, I begin my presentation. The crowd is captivated as I demonstrate my app's capabilities. Every feature I showcase was born from protecting myself from my family's abuse. Then I see Bella moving, pulling something from her bag. My security team tenses, but I raise a hand to stop them. This is exactly what I've been waiting for. Before we conclude, I say into the microphone, I have a special demonstration. A real-time example of why this security matters. I click a button, and the giant screens behind me come to life. Every screen shows security footage, Bella breaking into my old apartment, stealing what she thought were my development files. Mom and Dad emptying their savings to buy corporate secrets from a fake source, actually an undercover agent I hired. Every desperate attempt they made to destroy me, documented in crystal clear video. As you can see, I continue as gasps fill the room, some threats come from those closest to us. My own family spent the last 6 months trying to steal and sabotage this project. But every move they made was monitored, recorded, and used to make our security stronger. Bella stands, screaming accusations, but her voice is drowned out by the next video, her own confession to corporate espionage, secretly recorded during her failed infiltration attempt. Security, I say calmly, and watch as they're escorted out. But not before the cameras catch every moment of their humiliation. The launch is a tremendous success. My app becomes the industry standard overnight. But that's not the end of my revenge. The next morning, every major tech publication runs the story, tech prodigy turns family's sabotage into billion-dollar security innovation. The articles detail their every failed attempt to destroy me, their descent into criminal behavior, their final public meltdown. Dad's remaining business contacts vanish. Mom's social circles permanently exclude her. Bella's last chances at a career in tech evaporate. They're not just failures now, they're cautionary tales in the industry. 1 week later, I receive another series of photos, Dad selling their house, Mom working as a retail clerk, Bella leaving town on a budget bus. They've lost everything, not through my direct action, but through their own desperate attempts to hurt me. My new office occupies the entire top floor of a gleaming skyscraper. My team is loyal, my innovations are changing the world, and my success is entirely my own. The scared, controlled girl they tried to break is gone, replaced by someone stronger than they could ever imagine. In a final twist of poetic justice, their old house comes up for auction. I buy it anonymously, not to keep, but to donate to a foundation helping survivors of family abuse. A plaque will commemorate it, from darkness to light, strength grows where shadows once lived. The media calls me a visionary, a prodigy, an inspiration. But only Patricia knows the full truth, how every attack made me stronger, how every attempt to break me only built my empire higher. As I stand at my office window, watching the sunset paint the city gold, my phone buzzes with a news alert. The headline brings a smile to my face, former family of tech CEO faces criminal charges for corporate espionage. I close the alert without reading further. Their story is over. Mine is just beginning. Tonight, I'll host a charity gala supporting youth in tech. Tomorrow, I'll announce my company's international expansion. Next week, I'll break ground on my own tech campus. My security system chimes, another desperate email from Bella, blocked before it reaches me. But her words have no power anymore. Neither do mom's tears or dad's threats. I raise a glass to my reflection in the window, successful, powerful, free. The empire I built from their abuse now towers over the city, a testament to my triumph. The abused daughter they tried to control now controls a billion-dollar company. The quiet girl they tried to silence now makes headlines. The weak target they tried to break now breaks industry records. Let them watch from the shadows of their ruined lives as I rise higher. Let them remember, with every achievement that makes the news, that they created their own destruction. Let them know, with every accolade and success, that their perfect victim became their perfect nightmare. I won. And this is just the beginning.